I'm speaking to someone who's very logical, who likes to plan, who likes to be organized, and who's been through some sort of shift in their work life. This could be a new job, this could be a different position in your business, taking on different roles or responsibilities, or it could be a complete relocation into a different industry. It feels like there is a shift in the way that you work. It feels like there is somewhat of an up level, but it might not feel like it at this point. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who's maybe found it quite hard to get moving. There is this heaviness in the body when it comes to moving forward and taking action in a new direction. However, things have shifted in favor of really supporting you going in a new direction, which feels more in alignment with your natural gifts, talents, and skill set. If this sounds like you, then this is a message for you today. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always use your discernment. You are responsible, okay? So I'm definitely feeling this heaviness. I feel like this might have been the last 6 months to a year where there's been a lot of change happening in your life and you've almost been struggling to find your footing with it. Maybe stuff has felt like or life in general has felt like it's pulled the rug from underneath you and you've just been left in this, holy moly, what do I do with this? What do I do with all of these changes and uncertainty? And there might be, for some of you, redundancy. I'm hearing the word redundant. That will resonate with some of you, won't with others. And so you've kind of been left in this position of, I don't really know where to go. It feels like things are changing without my control of it. And you are someone who likes to have control over things, whether aware of this or not. It feels like you like to have things together, okay? And that's not a bad thing whatsoever. The only time that will become limiting is when life actually wants to move you in a certain direction and you're resisting the flow. So it's almost like if you imagine 4 people in a rowboat and 2 people are trying to row in one direction and the other 2 are trying to row in the other direction. And it just creates this back and forth conflict and this tug of war, which means that you don't really go anywhere. And then that just accumulates this internal frustration and heaviness because life is trying to take you one way and you're almost resisting the change or resisting the uncertainty that comes with that change. So I feel like I want you to know that you're on the right track. I want you to know that life has been working in favor of your evolution, not against you, even though it might have felt like it's been working against you. I feel like some of you this past year, you've been like, why is this happening to me? What have I done to deserve this? There's this narrative of, why am I the one to be experiencing this? Or I haven't necessarily done anything wrong to be deserving of this. This will resonate with some of you, not with others, so use your discernment. And I want to say to you that I feel like you've had this shift of perspective because you've had to accept and become okay with the changes, but also you've actually become someone which is more able to deal with this uncertainty. These changes that have happened for you over the last 6 months to a year, I'm also seeing 3. For some of you, this could be like a 3-year period. And I'm also hearing the word divorce. So for some of you, you might have been through a divorce and maybe that's created a bit of confusion. Again, resonates with some of you, not with others. But it almost feels like you've questioned, why me? And you're realizing now, some of you would have realized that it's actually nothing to do with you being the receiver of these intense, challenging situations. And you're realizing that all of it is actually in favor of your growth. Even the hardest moments is your personal curriculum to extract wisdom and lessons to move forward. Now, I feel like relationships is a big part of this. So I'm seeing this career aspect, but I'm also seeing that you've learned a lot from your relationships in the past 1 to 3 years. And I'm feeling like people that were in your corner before aren't in your corner anymore. It's almost like life has removed these people from you. And it would feel confusing at first and it wouldn't make sense. But it feels like this is karmic. It feels like there is a cycle coming to a close with this. It's nothing about what you were deserving of. It's nothing about what's right and what's wrong. It's more so about the fact that certain cycles, certain relationships have come to completion. They have served their purpose. So if you feel like maybe you're looking for a sense of relief in some sort, and I'm not saying that this is a message of relief, but I do feel like some of you hearing this are going to be feeling that because that's what I'm feeling in my body as I'm saying this right now, that you feel a certain sense of relief that it is a cycle coming to completion, because I do feel like some of you haven't fully moved into this next season yet. So some of you listening to this, you're still in a transitory period. I mean, technically all of life is transitory. We're always moving into the next season and the next becoming. But I do feel for you, you might not have fully landed in that next thing yet, but things have started to shift. I feel like The last 1 to 3 years has been a clearing period for you. Clearing people, clearing ideas, clearing positions in your career, clearing ideas. Like there's just been this clearing, and sometimes it would have felt like, holy moly, I don't know what to do with this. Some of you might have experienced financial loss, and you've kind of been like discombobulated from it, which is completely normal, completely natural. And you're finding a new footing, you're finding a new life, I want to say. I feel like you're actually planting your roots in new soil. That's what I'm being told, that's what I'm being shown. And it's going to give to you, life is going to give to you in a way that you haven't been given to before. So I feel like abandonment is a big thing for you guys. For some of you listening, whether you're aware of it or not, it feels like there's this deep down sense of a fear of abandonment. You don't want people to leave. You don't want to leave people. So sometimes you will stay in situations longer than is necessary because you've got this real good staying power, which is very, very good in certain contexts. In other contexts, it can become the very thing that limits your growth and potential. I feel like abandonment is a thing for you. And so you might find in the past, again, I feel like some of you won't even be aware of this, but you would stay in situations longer because it actually served the purpose of feeling connection and avoiding isolation or loneliness. And for some of you, it feels like you would have molded yourself to match the environment because you don't want to be abandoned. It is that deep down thing. For some of you, won't be for everyone, but for some of you, I am getting this father energy here. So for some of you, you might have had somewhat of an absent father, whether that was physically absent or maybe emotionally. Whoa, I'm feeling that in my throat right now. Emotionally absent is what I was going to say. For some of you watching this, you might have felt that just then when I said it, of you feel like you want to be able to communicate. I feel like communication is a big thing for you. Like there's something that you wanted to say to a father figure in your life that you haven't yet, or there's something that you didn't get from that relationship that you're still seeking resolution from. And this is kind of where this interwoven abandonment is coming from. For some of you, this might actually be a mother figure who has a masculine energy. Maybe it is a single parent family, but again, there is that absence energy around this father figure. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If that resonates with you, it does. If it doesn't, then that's cool, just let it go. But that's what it feels like. So you've learned to stay in situations because you don't want anyone to feel the absence that you felt in your life. That feels very true. I'm feeling that in my body. I feel it in my shoulders, in my neck, and in my throat. You might be someone that gets a lot of tension in their shoulders and in their neck. Maybe when you're going through challenging seasons, you kind of really tense up. Some of you might have a bit of posture misalignment is what I'm feeling in that upper part of the body. Maybe your heart is slightly closed, your shoulders are slightly forward. But I also do feel like there is a bit of a misalignment potentially in the right side of your body. Now, this is very specific. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's important that I say that. It does feel like maybe there is a bit of tension in the right side. That could be the right hip, the right leg. It could be a slight twist in the body, a slight tension in the right shoulder. There feels like there is a lot carrying, like you're carrying a lot in the right side of your body. And I almost want to say to you, if you can find it in your heart to forgive whoever left you, whoever felt absent, whoever didn't meet your needs or give you what you wanted when you were younger, if you can find it in your heart to forgive that person, it will free you. And I feel like I want to say the quote here. Now I'm paraphrasing, so please don't quote this word for word, but forgive him, Lord, for they know not what they did. One of my favorite quotes. I think it is absolutely incredible. It gives me goosebumps right now because it really does put you in that frequency of peace of people hurt others without even realizing. They don't often do it maliciously or intentionally. And then you're left feeling hurt. And when that hurt turns into suffering because you hold on to it and you seek resolution or you self-protect or you brace yourself against the world because it's not been brought to resolution, that actually is affecting you. It's not even about that other person anymore. It's about how that other person is still affecting you in this present moment right now and what you're capable of and what you go for in life and how you experience life and how you operate in life, what you decide for yourself in your life is still being controlled by the memory of someone that hurt you in your past. So I'm going to offer something that I personally find incredibly helpful when it comes to forgiveness. Now, I might muck up the way that this is pronounced, so just bear with me. But there's a Hawaiian forgiveness practice called Ho'oponopono. So research that, Ho'oponopono. Research the backstory of how this was developed because it's truly incredible. And it's basically 4 phrases that you say out loud or in your head to someone that you are wanting to share forgiveness with. And it just releases the weight. And guys, I still use this practice to this day. I've been using it for the last 6-7 years. Whenever I feel that I might be holding on to something and I'm ready to take my power back, and I bring in the impression of someone that represents what I'm ready to forgive, and I say these 4 phrases out loud, and honestly, the weight that lifts off your shoulders is just incredible. That's my personal experience anyway. So if that does resonate with you and you feel called to go research that for yourself, then do with that what you will, because it is a very, very impactful process. I feel like you're someone that overthinks. You've got a lot of mental activity. Maybe you struggle with sleep, or you struggle to shut down your mind. And I feel like maybe for some of you, you struggle to be fully present in conversations, present in rooms, present in just the moment in general, because you do have this self-protection mechanism from your ego, which has kept you safe a lot of the time by trying to figure out things and needing to know and being predictable and having certainty in every single moment. And again, that's not a bad thing whatsoever. It's only a potentially bad thing if it starts limiting you in walking your truth and your personal direction, your higher path, which I do feel you're in this season. So what I do think would be really good for you is to actually practice presence. So maybe look into Eckhart Tolle's work, maybe find a meditation that can help you to bring all your senses into this present moment. I personally find that one of the best things to do is to actually start recognizing the things around you using your senses. So just start looking around and what do you see? Like really be present with what you see, the colors, the textures. What can you hear? What sounds can you hear far away? What sounds can you hear up close? What can you feel, like the air on your skin, or a warmth or a cold, or like really just start to connect with your senses in this present moment. And then you'll find that so much energy becomes available to you in that. It's actually a really powerful, simple process. I used to use that when I had panic attacks, and it was just a really good way to snap me into the present moment. But it is just a beautiful meditation practice to really anchor you into the now, to release some of the tension in your mind. Because I do feel like the tension you have in your mind and the busyness is more often than not the thing that creates this tension in your body. If you could practice being an open space, if you could practice letting go and entering spaciousness, nothingness, a void, a not knowing, that I do think that could actually really support you in clearing any of this past tension or anxiety that you're carrying and holding in this moment. So there is that as well. So I do feel like relationships have been really big for you. Now, I did pull a numerology card for you before we jumped on, and I feel really cool to just share this with you right now. The number is 999. Release. Okay? It says balance, financial growth, success, life cycles, karma, transformation, renewal. I get really excited when I pull the cards because I'm like, you just can't write this stuff. I tune into the energy using extrasensory perception. I share that with you, and then the cards are just a beautiful layer of confirmation. Your current circumstances are ending, opening the door to better opportunities. If you're facing significant changes, consider viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters. Embrace this transition by making room for new experiences and welcoming fresh beginnings into your life. That's just so wonderful. So this ties into what I was saying about cycles, karma, coming to completion. This could be alternate life themes. So when I say alternate life, some people call it past lives. I just call it alternate life because it's all happening at the same time. If you believe in a quantum universe, parallel realities, but let's not go too deep into that in this video. It feels like you are closing out karma from an alternate life. So you're actually readjusting experiences, relationships, and things like that in other lifetimes through how you choose to move forward in this lifetime. I feel like in this lifetime, completion is a big theme for you. Completion is a big theme for you. And I do really, really feel like relationships is a big theme for you. Okay, I just pulled another card. We've got purification. You can see that. Purification. You've entered a season of purity, purifying the mind. That ties into what I was saying, the busyness in your mind. You're ready to just really let it go and clear and enter this white space. Okay, the next card I got, 111, intuition. Insight, serenity, harmony, clarity, joy, momentum, self-awareness, initiative, unconditional love. This is beautiful. Now is the time to realize your long-held ideas. You're on the right path to turning your dreams into reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are coming together to support you. Oh, love that. Happiness and new opportunities are within reach. Trust the journey and have faith in the process. This is beautiful. So you're entering a season of openness. You've entered a new job or career or slightly different position as it pertains to your work life. And it feels like there is success in this. It feels like there is success in this. Another card I pulled before we jumped on was moving up. If you can see that, moving up. It says career is on the rise, new offers and opportunities, salary increase, go to the next level. Again, you're in this transitory period, all of the letting go, the cycle's closing, that's really helping you to transition into this new season, whatever that will bring for you. And it does require you to really trust and hold that inner authority to know that you can handle the unexpected changes and twists and turns along the way, which is what the last few years has taught you. Okay, another card I pulled here is focus. I can choose what I want to focus on. As you work on your goals, recognize you need to take a step back and really focus on what you are trying to accomplish. Whether you are starting a new goal or already in the midst of it, the angels are urging you to have good organization and lots of preparation in place. I feel like you are someone that likes organization and preparation, so I don't think that that will be a real shocker there. Okay, I just pulled the strength card. Strength. So beautiful. Strength. You found your inner strength. You found a way to trust yourself and trust how you can show up in relationships. I feel like trust is a really big thing. Like when I see this strength card for you specifically, I'm hearing the word trust. That is how you're finding strength, is self-trust. Your ability to move forward and trust that you can figure it out as you go. Your ability to trust that you might not know all of the details when you take the first step, but you know that you can handle it no matter what happens. And also to trust that some relationships, this is what I want to say to you, some relationships are fleeting. Some people do come into our lives to leave, like they come in for a season. What is that quote that says they come in for a season, a reason, or a lesson? I don't know, something like that. But I feel like for you, it's really important to understand that not all relationships are meant to last. And so for you, it's almost like knowing when to leave because you've got very good staying power, but also you're learning when to quit and learning that quitting or leaving is actually just as powerful as learning when to stay and see something through. And I think that this is a really beautiful chance for you to step into this. I've just pulled another card here, fulfillment. Fulfillment, you're actually prioritizing your own needs for once. You're not just focusing on other people and meeting other people's needs. You're actually understanding what it takes for you to be genuinely fulfilled. And I do feel like that's being who you are and being your natural self, even in the environments where you feel like you don't want to be abandoned or you don't want to be rejected or you don't want to be left. And abandonment doesn't just come in the form of relationships. It does come in the form of money. It comes in the form of opportunity. It comes in the form of being chosen for something. And for some reason, I do feel really called to say that. So for some of you, that might resonate. Okay. I feel like I want to tie this up now. Let me just pull one more, actually. Honest work. It's okay to have a job that's not very glamorous. Get some experience to help you move up in the future. Success is a process, not a quick fix. That's really interesting because obviously we've had this change in your work environment, and then this is coming through as honest work. This change in your job might be somewhat of a stepping stone. It might be helping you ground into something else that you're going to fulfill in the future, which could be a business idea. I feel like some of you want to start your own business, but maybe there's more experience that you want to learn or gather. Some of you might be researching. I feel like some of you might be researching AI and really understanding how you can systemize that or offer value to a business or a role that you're already doing. For some of you, freelancing might be something that you've been doing or something that you've been entertaining the idea of doing. it really does feel like this stepping stone is a moving up, and it's an experience, which is going to help you with what it is you want to do in the future. So really just be resourceful, see everything as a stepping stone and a learning experience to get the most out of it. And the more present you are with this job, this opportunity, this business, this idea, whatever it is for you, the more present you are with it, the more you're actually going to gain from it, which is only going to help you towards your greater fulfillment as you go along your life journey. So I really do feel like I want to say to you, don't be afraid of movement. Keep moving. It is okay to move. It is okay to keep the energy moving through your body. It is okay to know when to quit and when to walk away, just as much as it is to know when to stay. Know that there are cycles that are coming to completion, and this is going to give you the wisdom and the lessons that you need. Did I say lessons? Lessons that you need. And also I would consider that forgiveness practice, that Hawaiian forgiveness practice, Ho'oponopono. If you feel like that does really call to you so that you can free yourself from past hurt that you might be unknowingly seeking resolution for, maybe looking for an apology from someone else, or to be met in a certain way, being seen, heard, or understood. Maybe you felt you were misunderstood in the past, or this person didn't quite see you or hear you, and you're still waiting for them to do that. And just know that that moment might never come. But in this moment right now, you have the choice to change and shift your own mind and your own perspective towards that situation in your past and that person in your past. That is only going to help you with a clearer head and more power and more vitality and resources moving forward. So you've absolutely got this. You're on the right track. Whatever this opportunity is you've moved into, it is the right track. It is the right answer. And I would really say as well, give your physical body a lot of love at the moment. Make sure you're moving. I do see, for some reason, this is very specific, eating red and orange vegetables, whether that is sweet potato, peppers, things that kind of really like support the groundedness in the body, like really feeling connected to earth. I feel like that would just be really helpful for you as well as you go through this season. So I'm sending you so much love. If you have resonated with anything in this video, let me know in the comments what really landed for you. I love to read them. I appreciate your support as always. If you feel like this message could be for someone that you know and you feel that internal pull of, I think this is for my friend or my colleague or whoever it might be, follow that calling, trust that pull, send this to your friend, subscribe so that you get future videos. And I'm just sending you so much peace and love as you move through this season. Okay, I will see you next time.